Good afternoon, viewers. This is Nigeria News Center. Let us look at matters arising from some Nigerians that were deported from Lagos to Osun State. Mr. Chinedu, you are welcome.
Good morning.
There is a video trending online where some deportees were lamenting the trauma, the hardship, the inhuman treatment that was meted to them. But I will allow you to watch the video so that I will come back for you to analyze it.
Okay.
Thank you. So let us watch the video.
People Morocco, they don't allow us to talk. They call our phone. Anything, they just gonna drop us for Osun, from Lagos to Osun, and not do anything. You know where we pass, nothing since yesterday. Man, even say I go keep. Say Hausa. Some people don't go. Some people don't. They use leg. They try go Lagos back.
Welcome back, Mr. Chinedu.
Yes.
I believe you watch the video. Let us start from what's so much to chew. But let us start from the right of those Nigerians, whether they deserve that type of treatment. One, then two, we shall be looking at an Igbo man that was dumped in Osun State, in Hausa to be precise. We equally look at a Northerner who was dumped in Osun State. But let us start from their rights.
Well, I think to an extent now, we have seen a lot of condemnation has trailed that decision by Lagos State government to, I wouldn't say deportation. Is that deportation? You cannot deport your citizens of your country. What I saw there was an act of desperation by the Lagos State government to humanize those whom they feel they are not supposed to be part of the society. And of course, those people they are looking at, they are not supposed to be part of the society, was actually created by them. There should be a kind of process if they are found wanting, if there is any criminal indictment in that regard. But people who are, trying to survive on their own, who are struggling without any form of going against the law, committing, making the state uninhabitable, should not be treated like this. And for instance, too, the fact is this: these are citizens of the country, and it calls for total condemnation. I know that a lot of well-meaning Nigerians has come out to outrightly condemn it, and I personally condemn it. And I want to see how Lagos State government, even though there has been news making round that the Lagos State government himself, led by Sanwo-Olu, has come out to say he knew about it, and if he knew about it, to that kind of extent, or you say you are about to deport a particular people from a particular state, and they find this one that almost all the tribes of this country were involved in that illegality, of moving citizens forcefully, from one state to another without their consent. It's an abuse of their human rights.
Okay, we shall be looking at the fundamental human rights of movement. But let us look at the state government, because the government has said he didn't authorize that, and the police command in Lagos State have said they were not part of the exercise. Now, an Igbo man being dumped in Osun, a Northerner being dumped in Osun, is that the right way to go?
If the police were not involved and the Lagos State government has come out to say he is not aware, that is not true. The Lagos State government is aware. Anybody that telling you that Lagos State government is not aware, the Lagos State government is aware. Then, if Lagos State government is not aware, who and who they are involved in that kind of illegality, of abuse of Nigerians, of abuse of citizens of this country. And you can look at what is happening, from the video trending online, you can see that we have Hausa there who are legally or forcefully forced out of Lagos State. We have Igbos there too, who are forced out of Lagos State. We have people who are also who have maybe possibly, the society created atmosphere, that they find it very difficult even to have access to a house, even to have access to a source of money or good living. So I think what the government should have done, that instead of creating this kind of disharmony, disunity, instead of maltreatment, I think to an extent it calls for a thorough investigation, since the commissioner of the IG has said he's not aware, and the governor himself, I'm not talking about Lagos State government, the governor himself coming out to say he's not part.
The governor said he did not authorize that.
If he said he does not authorize that, that means he was not part of it. Of course. Then how come that something is happening under his nose that he's not part of? He is not aware. Then what is action has he taken ever since this thing has come on board? What was his reaction? Who and who they were involved? Which department led that? Which agency of the government might have involved in that kind of illegality? That is, it's illegal to do that, because they are citizens. You cannot deport their citizens. It has never happened, and we should not allow this kind of thing, to stand. I think at this point now, it is high time we call the civil society organization, to come in, and of course take over the matter, since the police is not aware and the Lagos State government, governor himself is denying that he is not put on note, before that action took place. So there should be pressure on the governor himself, to use his office, and try as much as possible to find out who and who that were actually involved, and of course they should be brought to book.
Okay, let us look at their rights. In this regard, who should fight for their rights? Who should help them fight for their rights?
These are vulnerable citizens. If you can look at the way the video and the way they were reacting, they even made it very clear that some of them are trying to find their way back to Lagos. That even if it means trekking from Osun State to Lagos, they are going to do it. That tells you, the situation, the society has kept them actually, and they might not have what it takes, to pursue a redress in that angle. But I think at this point, the civil society organizations, should come in, and see how their rights, should be restored. And of course, if there's any kind of compensation. We saw this happen during Fashola too, where Fashola, during his tenure as governor of Lagos State, where a certain people from a particular region were forced out of Lagos State, and it attracted a global condemnation, by well-meaning people, and we are seeing it repeating itself now. And I expect the governor, to address a press conference, on that issue. And of course, if we are not seeing anything rightfully being done on that regard, the civil society can come in, and of course, society can come in and take up that issue.
Okay, let us look at the man that says phone accessory, that the news is making around, that claim that they seized his iPhone, confiscated the 20,000 at a disposal. You cannot equally regard that one as, he's an Igbo man anyway, you cannot regard that one as a jobless, as a destitute, just like the picture they want to paint.
Yes, because it's possibly, they do not know, they were not properly detailed on the process of that action before it was taken, and that should be investigated thoroughly, and that even people who has a means of livelihood, who are have something to do, and at the end of the day was involved in that illegal illegality, and for that guy who says phone accessories, and who claimed that he was on the process disposed of his personal belongings, should be taken serious from that angle, and you understand, it will go down to the history, that actually what they did was an act of desperation, either trying to use government influence or their position in the government, to siphon and extort Nigerians. It means that, without the police and the army, and of course maybe civil defense or thereabout, or strictly approved by the government. They just went there under government agency or government influence and raided as many as they were able to lay their hand on, claiming that they are criminals without having any proof, you know, to show that these people were actually involved in any criminal acts.
Now, conclusively, could this lead to a ripple effect, and what is your word to other states? I mean, in terms of maybe defending their citizens.
I think the Osun State Governor, the Adeleke himself, should come up and take a stand on this issue, and other people should follow suit. You know, let this thing be the first and the last where Nigerians is going to hear such a thing. I've not seen it happening in other states anyway, you know, but it has been repeatedly been experienced or heard in Lagos State as it may. So the issue is this. At this point in time, at this point now, the Osun State governors should step into the issue, you know, and take it to appropriate authorities. Of course, if it means taking it to the court and make Lagos State government pay compensation for that illegality. And for me, I think that's for now, that's the best thing to do. And of course, if there's going to be a form of legislation in that regard, you know, because this is the first time, this is the only country you see where citizens of a nation, of a country like Nigeria is being deported while inside Nigeria. So I don't know what they intend to achieve with continuous abuse of people's rights, simply because they feel that these people have no means of livelihood, forgetting the fact that it was a creation of the society.
I must say very thank you, Mr. Chinedu Michael. I think this is a good place to let it go. This is Nigeria News Center. Thank you very much for your time.